some time ago, Dr. K showed up on Twitch and he started streaming. And then people reached out for help. And then I felt bad because I had to not just turn people away. I couldn't even answer my fucking emails. And so I was talking to a friend of mine and she was like, yeah, like she said, oh, like either you duplicate yourself or there's nothing you can do. And she meant like you can't duplicate yourself because that's physically impossible. And so you shouldn't feel bad about it because you're just one person. She's trying to be supportive. And then I was like, you know what? You're right. Either I duplicate myself or there's nothing I can do, in which case everyone gets let down. The world continues. People continue to be suicidal and despaired and meaningless. And then nothing I can do. I did the best that I could. I did a good job. I help people every day for 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week. That's enough. And it should be, right? I should be content with that, but I'm not. I'm not. Because I mean, when I was failing out of college and all that shit and full of despair, and I realized I was probably sort of an incel. Like, it wasn't a thing back then, but I was a nerd. That's what we called it. And then nerds became cool, and Game of Thrones became mainstream, and gaming became mainstream. And then the thing that I was has become an incel, which is an interesting and anthropological kind of analysis. But and so, like, because there are people out there like me, like you guys are like me, like we're the same. That's why this works, right? This works because like I am you and you are me, and that's why I have hope, because we're no different. And so I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna duplicate myself. And people are like, oh, that's insane. Like, you're so brilliant. And it's like, no, guys, I don't think you guys understand. I'm actually not that brilliant. And you guys can, if I'm you, you or me, that means we can duplicate this. We can clone this shit, right? It's no longer like an MMO. It's an RTS. And we're going to build a couple of like barracks and we're going to start churning out priests because I'm not a hero. I'm just a regular unit. Like, we're going to take an RTS strategy. It's not like a single player game. Like, it's not like Zelda where you're Link running around and you're like one of a kind. It's like fucking Warcraft 3 and we're just going to churn out, infantry. And we're going to do it because I think that's good enough, because I think y'all are amazing. And I have faith in y'all. It's crazy. I know. Oh my God. Twitch chat is so toxic. Oh my God. Like, gamers are so toxic. Nah. School shooters, this, that, nah. No, I don't buy it. Zug. Absolutely. Zug. Absolutely. So that's what our coaching program is. That's why we're raising money. Because we also understand that a lot of y'all are broke. But we also apparently understand that a lot of you guys are not. And that's pretty awesome that y'all are willing to help. So we're going to try to make things as affordable as possible. And we're going to try to make things as fast as possible and as good as possible. And so we're doing a bunch of Harvard Andy stuff behind the scenes in terms of research, study design and research and outcome measures and quality assurance and all that kind of shit. Because at the end of the day, like, how do you determine whether a coach can actually help someone? Like, how do you measure that? How do you measure whether someone can actually be helped? So a lot of this is going to fund, kind of like our quality metrics and research design and stuff like that. And I've asked for a couple of people's help, and thankfully I just tweeted it out, and a couple of people from our community have volunteered to help us, and that's been actually fantastic. And at some point we may get like NIH grants and shit like that. But yeah, so that's what we're doing, and I'm just grateful for your help.